Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, and today the data mine is out, and boy, is it the most exciting to happen between either side of Brave Exvius lately, on either the global or the JP side. Why? It wasn't the Folka data. No, it wasn't the Folka data at all that was interesting. What was interesting was the introduction of some brand new lines of code that seemed to hint that well, maybe there's another limited time event coming very near in the future, and one that I think certain other streamers have been looking forward to for a long time. You know who you are. But a lot of people pulled really hard when the Star Ocean event came out on Global, mainly also because there was a promise of the 7 stars coming for both Fate and Rena. Well, the event might be a little bit closer than we thought, because, well, okay, it's been a while, but here they are, and hasn't even been mentioned on the JP side. However, I wonder if JP is going to get something really quick, too. Probably not, but maybe, you never know. Anyway, Fate 7-star and Rena's 7-star data seems to be added to the game. Why do I say seems to? Well, it seems to be in there, and it seems to be correct, but hey, maybe it was a mistake. Maybe the stuff isn't ready yet. Who knows? But taking a look at Rena, let's start with her, because she is one that I think a lot of people have been probably more excited about. Fate is kind of more of an outside chance that they fix him. He needs, to my memory, he requires just some chaining fixes, some more power in his kit, and then he might be, you know, pretty good, but we'll see. Rena's 7-star, I mean, her 6-star being able to, I believe, heal stop and being stop immune already puts her in a good position for a 7-star. She has abilities like Time Traveler, which boosts MP and Spirit, limit burst fill rate, and decreased chance of being target. She has a revive and fully restore all allies, which is kind of interesting. Reduce damage for allies, gradually restore HP for allies, boost limit burst fill rate for allies. Why was that so hard to say? Cooldown ability 1 every 4 turn, magic damage, and chance of stopping all enemies. That should be fun for Rena. Light cross, light damage to all enemies. Could be interesting, depending on how it's calculated. Mother's Protection, a 1-time ability every 6 turn, automatically revive 1 time and boost defense. Oh shoot, it is cold in here. And Spirit. And 2 Mother's Blessings. Boost HP, MP, Defense, and Magic by 20% and Spirit by 50%. So, looks like Rena should be a pretty tanky little support damage dealer. I don't know if she'll really stack up to it, but it's interesting for now. It's definitely interesting. Now, next up is Fate. Now, Fate's 7-star, and I can't show him off on either the JP or the global side because Star Ocean was not a kind banner to me back on JP, and I wasn't around for it on global, so yeah. Fate's clothes, fill limit burst every turn, boost attack when equipped with a sword. He has a boost HP, MP attack by 20%, limit burst damage, and limit burst fill rate. He gets double cast of his abilities. He gets a damage all abilities ability. Damage 1 enemy and power up with consecutive use, so stacking damage. Drop up rate for rate of items as well as rare items from enemies. So that could make Fate kind of a cool unit to bring along if his DPS is, you know, better. 1 use every 4 turns, damage all enemies, boosts damage of certain abilities, so kind of sounds a little like Axstar, using an ability to power up other abilities. Probably not anywhere close to Axstar, but there you go. Restore MP every turn, boost attack by 50%, boost attack when true dual handing. Cool. Or wait, 2-handed, 1 weapon. Oh, okay, it's just everything. Well-fed, restore MP and fill limit burst gauge every turn. Nullify poison, blind, sleep, silence, paralysis, confused, disease, and stone. So it looks like he gets some immunity too. Honestly, Fate sounds good 7-star, but since he was always DPS and his DPS was never that great, I'm really curious if they're just going to give him a good chaining family and let this guy finally be cool. But that was not all. Apparently there seems to be a... there is something interesting, and that is Sophia. Sophia was from Star Ocean 3, providing that there isn't another Sophia. She looks to be listed as a 527 star, and this is where we get into the really interesting part. Sophia seems to be a mage, which, I don't know, it's been a long time since I played Star Ocean 3. For some reason, I thought she was a healer. But she has, First Aid, which restores HP and MP for herself. She has Fill Limit Burst for herself. She has Boost for magic. She has Fire and Dark damage with consecutive up uses, which is interesting. Convert damage, Southern Cross. She has lots of different abilities, and I would definitely recommend checking it out on Reddit. But the real reason that I'm talking about this is because it seems this is interesting that a mage is coming out at this point, and especially because there is a mage on the horizon for Global. I, of course, am talking about Xenogears Ellie, and that's really the interesting thing here. With both of them coming out at the same time, it could just be good for the players, meaning that you don't need to... if you don't get one, you can potentially get the other. Now, of course, Sophia, we've never seen before. We have no real data on her yet. We have, a listing of her abilities. She can even triple cast some of her abilities. But she's starting to sound a little like Ellie. And the other reason that I say that is because of her cooldown abilities. One use every 4 turns, deal damage, restore MP, and boost magic for the caster. Okay. Her other one, use one once every 4 turns, reduce fire, dark resistance, and deal fire and dark damage to all enemies. It kind of sounds like Ellie. It doesn't have the pentacasting, but depending on the percentages, it may not matter if she doesn't have it. Sophia is a really interesting little wild card that's been thrown in here. And to be fair, there was going to be... it was pretty obvious that if the event came back, there would be a new unit. Sophia wasn't the one I was hoping for. I was really hoping for Maria. Maria is just my favorite Star Ocean character in one of the only Star Oceans I really like. But Sophia, for people who are fans of Sophia and like mages, this is potentially an interesting, little wild card in the mix against the ultimate mage that was Ellie for a long time. Global is a little bit better about smoothing the large power gaps, and for people who are wondering sometimes, there are times where I just recommend what is meta, because for players who don't have a ton of resources, you probably want to get the most out of what you are paying for, or what you are spending your resources on. So here, Rena doesn't look like she'll be good enough to be a pure healer. Could be wrong. Definitely could be wrong, but we'll need to see her 7-star. Fate might be a good DPS, but he has a lot of DPS to go up against. Sophia as a mage has to go up against Ellie in the near future, and Ellie is very strong, especially with pentacasting in multiple elements, but really limited, kind of chaining. So it's kind of going to be interesting to see exactly how Sophia ends up being. Fire and dark damage definitely could potentially find some, partners in terms of chaining. If it ends up being Chaos Wave, she might be a really good match for some of the other Fire Chaos Wave chainers on the global side, such as, I believe, Tiana, as well as, Transterra, but I thought there was another one too. It's okay. Someone will correct me because, I can't remember all of the global exclusive mages. I want to say Grimlord Sakura. I'm just going to say that just in case. But, yeah, no quadracasting in her kit by the looks of it, and no pentacasting unless something changes later. I'm going to be interested to see what happens with Sophia if the data is in fact Sophia. And I guess I should count my blessings, because since it's not Maria, I don't need to try super hard. There are some good things sometimes. But yeah, Star Ocean looks to be on the near horizon. It'll be interesting to see how the timing works with the Korean New Year, or Chinese New Year, whichever one you want to call it. They're both essentially the same thing. That might be wrong, but they happen about the same time. I just know it because of Epic 7. Anyway, so yeah, it should be interesting to see what happens in the future. Guess we'll have to wait and find out. But for now, it's definitely a blip on the radar that has at least got me intrigued. Hold on. Intrigued. I don't have a beard. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you next time. I hope you're excited. I am definitely excited to at least see Sophia come to the game. And, well, actually, no, throw Maria in there. I don't care. I need something to be excited about again. See you next time.